Okay guys, so I'm back again here. You've already seen the MK2, the sides of it, what it revealed when I took the wood off of. Here's the three cabinets I'm working on right now. Here's the MK2 that I'm going to keep, the MK2 that I'm going to try and strip, and here is the control panel that I took off of this one and drilled out 6 new buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Joystick, player 1, player 2, joystick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one was here and this one was here. So I'm going to fill those up with wood putty as well as that one there. I know the joystick's a little close to the edge here, but it's the only option I really had for him because he wants to be a 2-player, and I didn't want to add a 4-player control panel. Those are too big and he's not going to be able to get it in his house. So I only had a limited amount of room. And he really wanted a trackball. He wanted to utilize it for some older Golden Tee games and some other games, like I think Centipede plays with a trackball. So decided to stay with it. Also, Androtaz, a fellow Rhode Islander from when I was growing up, he asked me how this trackball is mounted. So I'm going to show him. This looks like a complete custom plate that somebody made. Somebody welded in spots here, and they also routed a small, looks like maybe an 1/8 of an inch groove all the way around here, and took all the wood out where this plate fits in. And then they drilled 4 holes and recessed them, and that's how the trackball mounting plate attaches to the actual control panel. So let's kind of lift it up and show you. He asked me how this mounts because I guess he's having some trouble with it. And then they also, obviously, you got to router out the whole entire thing. Trackball is one of the most pain in the ass things that I've mounted in the past, and that's why I actually wanted this machine for this, because I wanted to give him a trackball as a gift because he really wanted it on his Mame. So I was going to sell this to Androtaz, but I really need to utilize it for him. It's a lot easier for me to do it this way instead of make a whole new panel. It's a big pain in the ass. So like I said, it's a little close for what I like, but I mean, really, I mean, if you're standing here and the joystick's here, I mean, it's not like you got another machine here. He's going to have plenty of room around him. So it should be fine. I'm going to try and recess these a little bit with a router so I can fit those discs under there. And then obviously I'm not going to leave this control panel with this, you know, bowling alley material stuff on here. So he just really kind of wants it plain. So I'm thinking about order from like Game On Graphics, like the blue. It's kind of like a blue with like light blue lightning or something like that on there. And you saw how I mounted the monitor in there. So far so good on the Mame. I got to get it wired up. Waiting for the iPack to show up. I got to get some buttons and joysticks wired up, and then I'm contemplating, since this is going to be used in his house, skipping the whole, you know, Lexan, plexiglass, whatever the hell overlay, because I think once I add this, you know, it's going to add. I mean, it'll look fine. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's a major pain in the ass. I do have the drill bit. I'll show you what it looks like. It's quite large. I think it was like $30 or $40 when I was doing the Golden Tees. I mean, it's a quite large drill bit. I think it's 3-inch, 76 millimeters or 3 inches is what it is. So you can see that it fits, perfectly through there. So if that's for Androtaz, if he wants that, that's the size. I bought it at Lowe's. I think it was like 20 or 30 bucks. Like I said, 76 millimeters or 3-inch. But back to what I was saying, it's a pain in the ass to drill out these Lexan panels. I'm really getting to the point where I hate doing it. So I might drill him one out just so it has like a professional looking appearance. However, I've read on some of the websites that if you spray the actual control panel that you install, this is the old one here, once I get the new one on here, I'm thinking of doing it on this one as well just to try it. But you spray like some kind of a sealer coat, like 3 or 4 coats of it, or brush it on, and it gives it almost like a bulletproof finish. So I mean, if you're not going to have this in an arcade, and you're not going to be, you know, scratching it up and putting all kinds of shit all over it, it should be fine for your home. And it might look a little nicer because you don't have to worry about any of this stuff scratching or cracking or drilling any holes. So I'm contemplating doing that. The only issue with this one is that there's a small groove that goes all the way around here, and there's a metal plate. And there's so many holes in here that, you know, I don't know. I think a Lexan overlay would kind of piece it all together and also would fill this gap right here. There's about a, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch gap between the control panel and the side of the actual control box. So I'll probably do them for this, but I might, you know, have him come over and check it out and see what he thinks about it. But I'm pretty happy about the way this turned out. You know, like I said, I got to fill in this button here and fill in these two here that were for the golf game or whatever the heck was in this thing. So I'll keep you guys up to date. Looks pretty good. This one here, I'm still amazed of how clean this cabinet is. I put the monitor from this machine in there, and it's absolutely perfect, crystal clear. So I'm pretty happy about that. I got to do a little bit of work on filling in some of the, you know, the holes where they drilled out for the guns in the front down there. And I ordered up a new control panel, overlay from Game On Graphics, some joysticks and stuff like that on eBay. I got to get from Tornado Terry's, which I'm going to get. And I also got a dedicated MK2 JAMA harness off of the KLOV website, like I usually go to, and that should be here probably next week. So I'm going to completely tear out the existing JAMA harness in here, which is all the wires. And since you can see, there's only this right now only has 2 actual buttons. I mean, Mortal Kombat has, you know, 5 in each side, player 1 and player 2, so there's 12, and then there's 4 in each joystick, so 18 different little switches. So I'm short 16 right now. You know, I'm sure I could makeshift some out of this contraption they have down here, but I'd rather have it, since this is going to be my own machine. I want them like the other one, which is 100% authentic from Midway, with all the matching everything. I'm pretty anal about that kind of stuff, and that's what I'm shooting for in this one. So I'll make another video when I get that, how to hook it up. Maybe if, you know, I've gotten a couple questions in the past on how to hook up JAMA harnesses and all that stuff. So I'm not, you know, an electrical engineer by any shape of the imagination. I don't really know too much about, you know, how electric works, AC and DC currents. But I mean, if you get in one of these machines, they're pretty simple to figure out. So not sure what I'm going to do with this one here. This is the one that I'm going to try and strip. As you can see, I took the control panel off, and obviously it's over here. But I do have an extra control panel on my MAME that I'm thinking of using this one here. However, I want to keep this one, so I don't know. I ordered on eBay a dedicated MK2, I believe, full control panel, the box and everything, the whole 9 yards, with, I think it's an NFL Blitz, but I had them open and shoot me a couple pictures, and it looks just like this on the back. It's got all the buttons drilled, the original Midway sticker and everything. So I'm guessing underneath the Lexan cover that they have will be either an MK1 or MK2 metal control panel overlay that I can use on this here. So that's probably what I'm going to do with that one. I don't know if I'm going to have time to try to strip this weekend. It's still pretty hot here. We're tipping about 80, 85 degrees today and tomorrow, so I'm going to have to wait till it gets down in the 70s to where it's a little cooler, because like I said last time, I had some problems with the stripper drying too fast on me. So there we are. MK1 MAME, about, I don't know, 50% done. MK2 stripping hasn't started yet, and the dedicated MK2, I'm about 75% of the way there with that one. That's about it for today. I don't know if I'm going to make any other videos this weekend because I'm kind of busy with some other stuff, and we'll go from there. But also, real quick, I bought an MK2 board and soundboard and marquee from your MK Arcade source. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. I'll be looking forward to getting that in the mail, and then when I get the dedicated JAMA harness, I'll throw it all together and put it in this machine and test it. And I'm probably going to need another one if the stripper, you know, does this job and takes off the side of this. So I'll have to wait at a later date for that. So until then.